Someone that has humility can get close to Hashem. Very, very close to Hashem. Someone that has a lot of pride is repulsed by Hashem. Meaning Hashem cannot stand that person. Someone that thinks that they are better than everybody else and wants everyone to give them special respect and treat them in a special way, which unfortunately in our generation is very, very common. People like to have pride. Their entire life is consumed with pride. That's the reason why people spend so much time to make money, because they want to have more money than everybody else. Everyone knows that they're the richest. They spend so much time chasing women because they want to make sure that they have the most beautiful women, so everybody looks at their woman and they're special. They want to have, a special position at a company or at a government because they want everyone to give them respect because they're the boss. People want pride. Anyone that spends their life searching for pride, at the same time, spiritual connection, that Hashem runs away from them. Why? Because Hashem is telling us there could only be one God. So if you think you're something special, if you think that you're better than everybody else, then in essence you think that you're the creator. You think that you're the one making the money. I'm not giving you the money. You're making the money through your hard work. You're doing all these wonderful things. It's not me that's giving it to you. So in essence, you think that you're somewhat of a God. You think that you're in control of your life. I'm not in control of your life. If you think you're God, and I know I'm God, there can't be two gods, so we can't be in the same room. Every major leader in history, whether it was Hitler, or it was Paro, or even some of the people that are running governments today, it's people love pride, like these special respects, and you've had wars started over countries and friendships. Sometimes you have entire families breaking up just because of pride. One guy says, I don't want to call him because he didn't call me last time. So they stopped talking for 5 years because one guy forgot to call the other guy. And this is one of the most foolish things in the world, but unfortunately it's very, very common in our life. So Moshe, as great as he was, had the deepest connection with Hashem, was the only human being to speak to Hashem while he was awake. The other people that are mentioned in the Torah that have spoken to him were always either sleeping or meditating. They were not awake. Moses was speaking to him like you and I are speaking to each other. Now obviously God doesn't have a body, doesn't have a face, doesn't have any type of thing that we can look at, but when they say speak face to face, they don't mean a physical face to face, meaning that he was awake and alert and walking around or sitting, but just in essence speaking to him normal like you and I are speaking, just without seeing it. This is one of the mistakes that some religions are making, where they think that God has a living body of some kind, and people spoke to him. That's a complete mistake. God does not have a body. It's actually one of the core foundations of believing in God, that he does not have a body. He's not human or anything remotely close to human. So now Moses was the only one that ever spoke to him that way. He was the smartest. He knew the most amount of Torah. He knew everything. And on top of that, he was rich and he was the king. No human being has ever had more than he did, but yet he was the most humble. He had the most humility. Why? Because he knew who he's standing with. God is the great creator that gave him everything, that in a second he could take everything. So at a verse where the nation of Israel is complaining to Moses and Aaron, and he's saying to them, what are we? We're nothing. Complain to Hashem. Tell him. So he's saying, we're nothing. We're not even something that you should even complain to. We're not existent. We're just human beings. He's not even considering himself a human being. He's just considering himself absolutely nothing. Complain to the Great One. Don't complain to me. Something similar that Abraham said. Abraham said, what am I? I'm just a dust. King David, also one of the greatest human beings in history, said, I'm just like a worm. So you notice one of the great things about the sages in the Torah, the ones that had the most to be prideful about, the deepest connection with Hashem, but at the same time, they were the most humble. And that's part of the reason of why they had such a deep connection with Hashem, because Hashem says that if you have humility, I want to be next to you. I want to be part of your life.
Let me know what you think, and make sure to share it, because other people need to learn too.